I could use your expertise.
You coming or what?
Anyone from PART2 Movies Taiwan? Hi, Jeff.
Hello, Annie. So thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me. Hi, Laura. So excited to finally meet you.
Hi, Annie. Great to see you.
Bigger. Why do they always have to go bigger? Don't move.
Don't move.
1秒回到小时候。不要再问包边看《侏罗纪世界统霸天下》Jurassic World Dominion 前要不要看前面5集了。如果你不看，怎么能懂这一次电影里满满向前作致敬的彩蛋梗？姐看的不是电影，是童年啊！就像30年后才又重新聚首的科学家传奇3人组，一现身就是满满的回忆杀。
Everyone will agree with me that your shirtless scene is the most famous shirtless moment of all time. And there are so many memes, and I know you've shown your 2 little boys the original Jurassic Park. What did they say about their father's iconic moment?
Well, I don't know that they know that much about it yet specifically. I showed them, you know, they're 7 and 5, Charlie and River, and I showed them Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park Lost World in this last year, but they saw it on TV. They've never seen a movie in a movie theater. This next movie, Jurassic World Dominion, when it comes out June 10th, Emily and I are gonna take them to the movie theater and see it. But they have, I tell you, now that you mention it, they do have some action figures of me and a couple that were made with that, in that pose with my chest exposed. And so they know about it, but they, you know, I think they use it to fight with, you know.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Do you still remember the very first time you walked into the Jurassic Park set? What was the very first thing you shot back then?
The Jurassic Park set 29 years ago, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, and I walked into that scene with the Triceratops. And it was really there. Stan Winston had made this true-to-life Triceratops that was, as you remember, sick. But there were puppeteers that you couldn't see behind a kind of a screen who were operating his breathing and his blinking and everything. So it really looked like a real dinosaur. And that's the first thing, as I remember, that we shot almost 30 years ago. Can you imagine that? And that was one of my most favorite dinosaurs, the Triceratops.
And back to the first one, you all bonded together because of the hurricane. And this time you all bonded because of COVID, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh my gosh, I remember it. Now that you mention it, that Hurricane Iniki on Kauai in Hawaii in '93, during the first couple of weeks of shooting, at the end of the first couple of weeks, oh my gosh, we all as a company, all of us, Steven Spielberg and all the actors and all the crew, we all pitched in and kind of tried to stay safe during this amazing thing. I don't know if you've ever witnessed and experienced a hurricane, but it shakes you to your very bones. It's very primal, and it certainly did bond us in this, what felt like a life and death experience, just like we're trying to act out in the movie, as a matter of fact.
So the footage of that, there's no water toilet not working. Were you scared?
Oh, it was terrifying and extremely dangerous and life-threatening, and a deep bonding with the cast that I am back with now, and Steven Spielberg and our amazing crew. We became very close and are still family to this day.
Now, 30 years later, we do it at the beginning of this pandemic, and we were one of the first big companies to go out and try to do it and survive. And Alexandra Derbyshire and Pat Crowley were 2 producers who pioneered and spearheaded the protocols, and we stayed safe. And I think many other productions since then have copied and built upon our approach. It was amazing, and yes, we bonded in an unforgettable way because of it.
Anything new of Jeff and Stan you didn't notice until this time?
Well, we went through all of that on the first movie, and then in this film, we had started just before the global pandemic, and so we moved in together all of us, the entire cast, and our director Colin, and lived together for months. So I learned many things and shared many things as we walked through that radical, always forever memorable time for all of us.
And I heard that you have a little black book of Ian's lines, and Sam said you will come to work with 50 different suggestions that drive them crazy every day.
Well, all the actors had ideas, especially Sam and Laura. They're two such great actors that they had very strong ideas, and they had discussions with Colin Trevorrow, who was our great director, who was very collaborative and generous, and said, "Oh, you guys know the characters, better than most people. We want to hear from you about what they might say and how you might feel and what you've been doing, before we met you on screen this time in between the movies and stuff." And so I kept working on it and had some lines that I offered and some I was glad for him to say no, not so good. He has very good taste, but once or twice he would say, that a version of that might be interesting, and we kind of collaborated, and some things made it into the movie. It might be, and I was happy to see that they're in the movie.
I love the moment Damn That Feel Good from you.
Damn, that felt good.
What was your feels good moment this time?
Just being back with my amazing friends, Sam and Jeff, and getting to know Bryce and DeWanda, who've become like sisters, was an amazing experience. The entire cast was such a family. So that will be my amazing memory, with the greatest crew who were so brave and sacrificial in trying to get the film industry back to work. Really profound to witness.
You are no stranger to the Jurassic style of action scenes. What are the best things to do after a long day running, jumping, and screaming?
I think a bath is nice. I think not talking is good. And if you have Chris Pratt with you, you learn to do some stretches. He walks us through some techniques to help our bodies after stunts.
And cut!
Hi, first of all, bravo to you. Love this one so much. I think this series is always for the whole family. There are so many touching, tearful, iconic moments in this one. I'd like to go through some of them and break down some of them with you. You said there were 10 to 11 action sequences in the first one and you were exhausted. And how about this time? I bet you felt like doing 2 movies or 3 movies at the same time. What was the most difficult one to shoot?
The sequence in Malta was really challenging. Through the streets in the city because it was hot and it was summer and we were doing something that we had never attempted before with dinosaurs, because you're not only shooting action on the streets, but you have to create images that we can place the dinosaurs into and understand where they're going to be and which lenses we were using. All of it is really complex. So that's the one I'm most proud of, because there's just so many people who work so hard to pull it off.
And right, scary, jaw-like swamp moment. How did you get inspired and how long did you shoot for that thing?
Yeah, it only took us about maybe I think 2 days to do the whole thing in that forest, but it is definitely one of my favorite sequences. And Bryce and I have made 3 movies together now, and we felt like it was an opportunity to do one sequence that was actually very simple and very quiet and just find the most suspenseful way that we could put our character in danger and then see her make a really smart decision to survive.
Another wow moment is when I learned that there's no CGI with the Dilophosaurus.
That's right. I really wanted to make sure that if we brought back the Dilophosaurus, that we didn't create a digital version at all, and we only built an animatronic, because we just know that character so well as only being an animatronic. They never did a digital version in Jurassic Park either, so I wanted to honor that, and so we built. I know it looks like we built a lot, but we built one.
We're working with 3-dimensional living breathing dinosaurs, these extraordinary creatures. To be able to work with the 3D thing rather than it's right here in your face, makes life so much more vivid.
Did you get a chance to touch any animatronic dinosaurs?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they were so cool. We got to also visit the creature shop where they created them all, or had them all shipped over after they were done making them, and there's still a lot of them in process. I was so impressed with the craftsmanship, top to bottom in this movie. Truly artisans, unmatched. You couldn't believe it when you saw it, as they were building it, when they're completed. Really incredible stuff.
You definitely know how to shoot dinosaurs with beautiful backlight at magic hour, and there are some things brought the goosebumps and tears right back like the first one. And how did you orchestrate that?
Well, it's a great observation. We always backlight the dinosaurs, and we wanted to make them, at times feel beautiful and then at times feel horrifying, because they can be both. And so we really just wanted you to have a different kind of experience with animals. Sometimes there's just dinosaurs and there's no humans at all, and we're following the dinosaurs, and that's something that was really important to me as well. So I just hope when people leave the film, they feel really satisfied, that their characters have been taken care of, and also that all these dinosaurs, who I think we've grown to love over all these movies, have found peace.
You are definitely a hardcore Indiana Jones fans, right?
Sure.
I love those little moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's definitely, it's very clearly a movie made by someone who grew up in the 80s.
And what was the last thing on the wrapping day? Was that the most tearful moment?
Well, the very last thing that we shot was everybody in the helicopter at the very end, pretty much, leaving the film. And they were all together packed into that tight little helicopter. And so it was a very perfect way for us to end that experience with everybody together.
What was your last wrapping day like? Did you do anything to say goodbye to Ellie Sattler?
No, I've learned not to say goodbye to any characters now, because you never know when they'll show up again. But definitely we all had a very emotional goodbye with each other on the last day, in the middle of the night in England, in the rain, and with giant giganotosauruses around us. It was very memorable.
Run!
Hello, Taiwan. Thank you so much for supporting our Jurassic World franchise over the years. We really appreciate it. We really think we've made an exciting film that you're going to love. Please take your whole family, kids, grandparents, everybody. Go to the cinema together, and please enjoy.
Hello, Taiwan. So happy to be with you, and so excited for you all to experience Jurassic World Dominion. We are all back together. We had the time of our life watching it, and we sure hope you do too.
Please say hi to Taiwan, and maybe with a little bit of your new version of Jurassic Park theme song.
Yes. Taiwan, hello. My name is Jeff Goldblum. I love you all. I say hello to all of you, and I leave you with this. In Jurassic Park, scary in the dark, I'm so scared that I'll be eaten. In Jurassic Park, scary in the dark, I'm so scared that I'll be eaten. Eaten.
No, you won't. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Hope
much.
to see you next time.
Thank you very much. Hope to see you next time in person.
Thank you. Yes, me too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.